just gonna say it. I prefer doing virtual color analysis over in-person color analysis now. As the list has grown of people signing up to be contacted when or if my in-person color analysis dates open up again, I've really been sitting back and reflecting on what it would take for me to go back to offering an in-person color analysis service option. Now, take the logistics aside from virtual color analysis. So set aside the fact that I can work from home and that I can reach people from around the globe. I actually prefer doing virtual color analysis, and the tools and the process that I have set up has so many checks and balances, including receiving consensus from 2 color analysis professionals in the field, and the person that I've sort of teamed up with on my virtual service is extremely senior in the field internationally. I really focused on the virtual color analysis tools and process at the beginning of the pandemic because I was forced not to see in-person color analysis clients. I had to close that aspect of my business down. And the learnings of the last few years have really showed me a different side of color analysis, in that really when you think of the word analysis, it's a problem, and you're solving what that problem is. And sometimes, and it happened quite frequently during in-person color analysis appointments, you're pressured to make a decision, an analysis decision. Some people are harder to color analyze than others. And so picture being in an appointment where there's a lot of pressure for me to decide on what color analysis results someone is in sort of an hour to an hour and a half appointment. It's kind of like you trying to solve a math problem and somebody's looking over your shoulder going, "What's the answer? Tell me the answer now." Sometimes you just need to walk away and go back to the problem, and I found with in-person color analysis it doesn't provide opportunity to do that, where virtually I certainly can put a virtual client aside and come back to it with fresh eyes. And along with virtual analysis, I can have discussions with another color analysis expert to see and hear a different vantage point. I will say that the process that I have set up virtually is that we independently review, and where there isn't a match, we chat. Most of the times this chat is around tweaking color analysis results. There's never been a situation where we've had conversations about this person is a cool summer, no, she's actually a true autumn. Like, that's way out of harmony. I've actually realized I have more confidence doing virtual color analysis now over in-person color analysis. If I was to ever launch an in-person color analysis service again, I actually would request prior the pictures and information that I request virtually, so that I could do some pre-thinking prior to the in-person color analysis, because again, I don't like that pressure of the client and perhaps the client's friends being around, "Tell me the color analysis results now. What are they? What are they?" I like to actually think things through clearly and be more fluid about doing an analysis. Now, I wouldn't let that pre-submission of pictures and information influence an in-person analysis, but certain things with a virtual color analysis are actually really helpful to know for an in-person color analysis, I realized, and helps validate an in-person color analysis, like natural hair color around the age of 20, what their skin characteristics were over time. The actual set of information that I request for a virtual color analysis is actually really helpful. Let's move on to the online draping process versus the in-person draping process. So the in-person draping process, yes, you can certainly see what's happening to the skin primarily, but with the tools that I use for my virtual process, you can see the same things. And in fact, one of the most common feedbacks after doing a full live Zoom appointment where I've do digital draping with the clients and walk them through what I see, one of the most common feedbacks out of that appointment after I show them what I see is, wow, I didn't think I would see it, but they actually see it. And then they go off and try their colors and see it in real life realm, and their friends comment and what have you. I've had virtual clients send me their friends, family, like I get referrals from my virtual clients. I get lovely testimonials and lovely pictures from virtual clients. So basically I'm saying that I don't really see a reason to set up in-person color analysis again. Not to say I won't, because I think people enjoy an in-person color analysis experience. I just think, though, that the virtual color analysis process that I've set up is really great. And I don't think there's a reason to have an in-person color analysis service. My virtual color analysis service really allows me the time that perhaps an in-person color analysis appointment doesn't give me to actually do an analysis, and if somebody's more complicated case, have discussions around that case, or go back and just take a pause on that case and come back to it when I want to just relook. There's been scenarios where I've, taken a day or two to think about a virtual color analysis client's results, and Karen and I will discuss options and what have you. I've learned a lot from doing virtual color analysis. Just simply prefer it. Not to say that I or anyone else doing in-person color analysis would, let the person leave when we're uncertain about the results. Like, I've held people in the chair for longer than the appointment time to make sure I was giving them correct results. But I'm just saying that there's a lot of pressure for in-person color analysis. Tell me the answer, tell me the answer. And virtually, I don't feel that pressure, and I think it's allowed me to have more flexibility around doing the analysis, and also providing accuracy in that it's also validated by another senior color analysis professional in the field. So all this to say is, if you're on the in-person color analysis list to be contacted with when I set up in-person dates, or if I set up in-person dates, I'm really struggling at finding a reason to set up in-person color analysis dates. And just to recap, if I do, I'll request the same photos likely as a virtual color analysis prior to your appointment, but maybe you'll consider signing up for a full Zoom.